All right, the Premier of the Mpumalanga Province will later this morning deliver his State of the Province address. In his speech, the Premier is expected to outline the program of action for this year. Joining us for more on this is the Speaker of the Legislature, Thandi Shongwe. Ma'am Thandi, it's a very good morning to you and thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you very much and good morning to the viewers at home.
Right, talk to us about the expectations of the people of the Mpumalanga Province on the Premier's speech today.
Thank you very much for asking that question. The citizens of Mpumalanga today are invited to listen to the Premier of the Mpumalanga Province, Honorable Didi Mabuza, when he delivers the State of the Province address. Well, the expectations are that he's going to focus more on the triple challenges of poverty, unemployment and inequalities. You also remember that the economy of the country is still in the hands of the few. So we expect him to pronounce programs that are going to address that, as well as poverty in terms of unemployment. We know that the youth of this province constitute at least 40%, more than 40% of the unemployment. So we expect him to speak of programs that are going to alleviate that and make sure that the youth gets a priority in terms of being employed, and also creating programs that are going to address the poverty as well. Yeah. And you also know that at Lily Mine, workers there were trapped, and that highlights the conditions of mines. So we hope that he's going to speak about that as well.
Now, we've seen the President's State of the Nation address being centered around radical economic transformation. How will the Premier incorporate this theme into his speech?
Can you please repeat your question?
I was saying that we've seen that President Jacob Zuma's speech was mainly centered on radical economic transformation. What are we likely to see Premier Mabuza saying in relation to this issue?
I think he's going to outline programs that will come up with a radical transformation in terms of the economy of the country. As I indicated earlier, that the economy of the country, especially in our province, is still in the hands of the few, which is white minority. So we expect him to drastically announce programs that will make sure that there's equity in terms of the previously disadvantaged communities, which is the blacks, especially women and the youth. So basically today he's coming to account to the legislature so that the legislature can be able to intensify oversight, to make government to account, so that we hold him accountable for the programs that he shall have announced today.
All right, we've also learned that there are international guests expected, but what time will the Premier be delivering his speech?
All the guests are expected to be seated by 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock sharp, the Premier will be on the podium addressing the people of the province. So I want to request all the guests that are invited to be on time, so that when he starts to deliver the speech, they are already seated.
All right, no, we'll leave it at that.
But what I can say that we are 100% ready.
All right. No, thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Thandi Shongwe, the Speaker of the Mpumalanga Legislature, telling us their expectations on the Premier's speech as he delivers his State of the Province address later this morning.